Now then, my friends, if you are like me and you want to join the crusade against the EV agenda, against electric cars, well, against the agenda, not really against electric cars, they have the place, like on a scale electric track, then hit the subscribe button, because what that will do is push this channel out there and educate other people and wake them up to the fact that EVs are not the way forward for transportation. Now, we'll get into where I'm going with this video shortly, because people have actually said to me there's going to be a warrant out for your arrest if you keep slating electric cars. Well, I say this to the British government: I dare you to arrest me. All I'm doing is saying what it's like to own an electric car and showing you the true reality. Now, I actually charged my car up yesterday on a public charger, and you will not believe how much it cost me just to get about 180 miles in it. Honestly, you won't, but it shocked me. I was like, wow, that's insane. And yet they say owning an electric car and running an electric car is cheaper. Well, that might be if you're charging at home for now. But most people need to charge when they're out and about, because they're making journeys, especially as it's coming up to Christmas as well, seeing families, etc. And that's going to be a nightmare on the charge points. So hit the subscribe button, it will push the video out. Also give it a thumbs up and share this video, because I'm going to show you the true reality of owning an electric car. And also, by the way, I got an updated price on what my electric car is now worth. Bearing in mind, it was £130,000 brand new 3 years ago. Now, without further ado, my friends, let's go. Oh, I love these mornings when they're brisk and chilly. The only problem is that has an adverse effect on the actual range of an electric car. I've lost about 40 miles with it being winter on range. So electric car owners, they love the summer because you can go further. Winter, I mean, you're basically going to have to not go within a certain radius, which is, I guess, what they want. Now then, I have said this before, I am not at all political. I don't believe in left wing, I don't believe in right wing. I think that's a load of cobblers, to be honest. We're all on the same plane, going in the same direction, which is where they want us to go, with two wings on there. So there we go. By the way, did you know, we'll say, did you know that Kia are actually bringing out a brand new electric car, and it's got a lifespan of about 4 years. However, it might not make it that far. It's called the Kia STARMER. I'm just kidding, I made a joke about Little Rishi as well. Anyway, we're going to head off now. I'm in the Lake District. We're going to head down to Mansfield because we've got some work to do down there. I'm going to let you know in a minute. We're going to get in the car. I'm going to let you know in a minute though what it cost me to charge my car. It's eye-watering. It was insane. I don't know where they dreamed these prices up from. Let's get in the car and have a chat. Come on. Actually, I told you I'm not very good with politics. I think it's 5 years, isn't it, between elections? Is it 5 years in the UK? I'm pretty sure it is, 4 or 5 years. Anyway, I'm not making fun of him because his dad was a tool maker, and he must have been a good one because he created the biggest tool of them all. Oh, controversial. Let's get in the car. I'm not, listen, it's just, I'm just kidding. Lighten up. Oh dear. Right, now then, before I set off, just have a listen to how much it cost me yesterday to charge. I charged in a place called Ulverston at InstaVolt, and it put me 97% of charging, and I think I was down to about 14% or whatever. And here's a copy of the receipt, right? It cost me £66.18. £66.18, right, to charge my car on InstaVolt, and I got 208 miles of range. 66 in 300 66 pounds, yes, okay, 66 pounds. That's absolutely mental. And that yet people are telling us, or the powers that be are telling us, that it's cheaper to run an electric car, and you get all the evangelists going, well, it is if you charge at home. People don't charge at home all the time. And what happens as well, by the way, if you've got a flat, if you live in a flat or whatever, you know what you're going to do? Put a long lead outside. And by the way, is that camera all right? Let me move that up there a bit. And by the way, A lot of places I've seen in the comment section, that's a bad turning, 1 second, in the comment section, won't actually let you fit a charger in your house. So if you're renting a house, the landlords won't let you fit a charger in the house because they see it as a hazard, a fire hazard. It's absolutely insane. So if you're charging on public chargers, I mean, that's nuts. Anyway, we've got 198 miles of range. We've got 170 miles to go to my destination and 92% of battery, because the closest charger to where I was about 9 miles away. So I actually had to go 9 miles to charge up and then drive 9 miles to charge back, or whatever, roughly. So I've lost some miles going to the charger. It's complete nuts. Anyway, let's get on the road, and I'll also give you an update as well of what my electric car is actually worth now. You'll be shocked. As I said, it was 130 grand, and I got an updated quote on what it's worth now. It's done 57,952 miles, and I got a quote off of We Buy Any Car, which we know it won't be the proper price, and a couple of other ones as well, which is, it's just, I mean, it's just crazy. I've lost so much money on this car. Luckily, I can hand it back with it being a PCP and just pay the mileage. Let me just get out of here. Right, onwards, my friends. You know, joking aside, by the way, and I said this in the last video I made about electric cars, it doesn't matter who you've got in power, whether you've got, you know, Mr. Starmer or Little Rishi. It makes no odds, because they have the same agenda. It's one puppet master controlling the same puppets. It doesn't matter who you put there. So that's why I don't get involved in all that. I can't be bothered. I think it's a load of rubbish, to be honest. All one agenda. Now, electric cars, by the way, I will say, running around town, losing my voice, running around town, they're fantastic. It's a great idea. Sir Clive Sinclair had the right idea when he came out with the C5, although they did laugh at him about that, didn't they? And I think as a tiny little car, you know, like the Mini or whatever, or a Fiat or whatever like that, it's absolutely fine. It's perfect, and you're not got a car coughing out fumes around town, etc. But long distances, it makes no sense whatsoever, and I just don't understand, and I can't comprehend, after owning an electric car for 3 years, why on earth that the powers that be are trying to push this upon us, saying we must have electric cars and that's the way to go, when they don't drive them themselves. Why not actually drive them themselves? And in the comment section, somebody says, well, they can't have their Range Rovers or whatever, or their cars as an electric car, because they have to have armor plated cars, so it would make the car too heavy. So my answer to that is well, then what happens in 2035? They're not going to be very safe then, are they? Because they won't be able to have armor plated cars, because they'll be in an electric car. Or will they? I don't think they will. You see, my other thing now as well is I've got to get back to Mansfield for around about 12:30, 12:45. It says estimated time of arrival is going to be 12:21, but I know that's not right, because I'm going to have some charge when I get there, because when I get to Mansfield, I'm picking up a friend and we're going onwards somewhere else to film something else, and I need at least 50 or 60 miles of charging to get where up to my other next destination and back again. So I've just had to message them and say, I might be a little bit late because I've got to stop off and charge. So I know that's going to add another half an hour to 40 minutes to my time, and that's if the charger, the public charger, is available. With it coming up to Christmas and holiday time and etc., and holiday periods, these chargers get taken up because the people are traveling around, so there's less and less available chargers. It just puts another stress onto your journey. And my mum said years ago, bless her, driving should be fun, and it's not. It's taking away any fun out of driving at all. I mean, there's not even any sound or emotion or anything to this car. Yeah, it's got plenty of torque. I mean, it's got more torque than Kia himself. People in the comment section were saying, oh, if you're not careful, you know, they'll issue a warrant for your arrest for speaking out about electric cars. I mean, I'm just telling you my opinion. You know, there are lots of evangelists, as I like to call them, in the comment section that also, you know, say that the electric car is great and their experience with it is fantastic. But everybody's situation is different. If you are driving around town and you are charging at home, then yeah, it's probably fantastic and it's great for them. But in reality, a lot of us are actually driving longer distances and to work, etc., and going different places, and it doesn't suit. I'm just looking at the mileage I've got now, which is 86%, and if I turn off my air conditioning, I've got 185 miles of range. If I turn off my air conditioning now and the heater, I've got 203 miles of range, right? So 203 miles of range, but then it'll get freezing in here. So I'm going to stick it back on, 203 miles of range, down to 185 miles of range, because I've got the heater on. So, technically, you could get more range if you put a coat on and turn your heater off. I'm steaming up now. There are different modes, by the way, of driving this car. I've got normal mode, which is what I'm driving in now, sports mode and sports plus. But there is also a mode called range, which what it will do is it'll turn my heating system off, it'll turn a lot of the screens off in here as well, and it'll also limit what power that I get to the car, so I get less power, a little less torque, and it'll only let me go up to a certain speed. So I'm going to put the range mode on now and see what difference that makes. I've got 177 miles of range, so if I switch it from normal mode to range, whoa, now I can really feel there's a, I put my foot down and there's no, in fact I'm putting my foot down to the floor now and I'm slowing down. Yeah, 66, 65, 64, 63, 62, 61, 60. It won't go any faster than 60, and I've got my foot fully to the floor now, and I've got 192 miles of range. Fancy having a Porsche and you can't go over 60, but I have got 192 miles of range. I'm now going to switch it on to back onto normal, and I've got 176 miles of range again. And if I put it on sports plus, I put it on sport plus, 142 miles of range. It's crazy, isn't it? I put £60 in Sarah's car the other day, full of diesel, and I think we nearly got about 600 miles for 60 quid. In fact, over 600 miles. It's mad. And that's an old, I'm turning this back onto normal mode. It's just insane, isn't it? It's crazy. I'd love to sit down with the powers that be and say, listen, I can tell you from experience that these cars will never work in reality. You're not going down the right road here, like when you told us to have diesel cars because diesels are better for the environment, and then they go back and say, oh no, actually they weren't, we were wrong about that. How long is it going to be before they say that about electric cars? Oh, actually, you know what, we were wrong about that, we need you to buy something else now. Well, nothing actually, probably because they don't want us to drive anywhere, in my opinion. Right, let's get on the motorway and let's get to our destination. I'll give you a little bit of an update as well of what this car is worth, because if you buy an electric car, good luck selling it. Now, I'm going past Porsche South Lakes here, and I'm at 80%. And I could charge up here because it's subsidised, and that would give me enough range then, if I charged to 100%, to do what I need to do when I get back to Mansfield. However, I can't, because there's no point in charging at 80%, because from 80% to 100% it charges slower. So that's absolutely pointless, because that's not going to save me any time at all, because that means I'm going to be stuck in Porsche South Lakes probably for, and my battery's not preconditioned, probably for 50 minutes, I would say. So that's not going to work. I need to precondition my battery before I get to Mansfield, so it's warmed up to the proper temperature, so it charges quicker. Because you've got to let it go a little bit lower before you charge it up. There's certain things that you've got to do. The evangelists will tell you. And all right, this blooming lane assist. I'm in the lane. I'm in the, it's dragging it out of my hand. I need to turn that off. It's just, it's nuts. Lane assist now, by the way, this ridiculous EU thing again, a little bit like cookie warnings. On every car now that they make, Porsche were telling me, you've got to switch it off. It switches on automatically, the lane assist. It tells you and beeps. It's crackers, it's nuts. Why are they putting all this rubbish on? I'm driving the car, not you. I've got a message to the evangelists, by the way, who comment and have a go at me in the comment section. I'm not against electric cars. You may think I'm against electric cars. I'm not against electric cars at all. I'm steaming up here, and I put my demister on, and that's dropping the range as well. It's lost 2 miles by sticking my demister on. I'm not against electric cars. If you like your electric car and you love your electric car, that's great. I believe about choice. I think electric cars can live alongside of cleaner fuels. With petrol, you know, petrol's getting a lot cleaner now. The engines, well, the engines are getting more efficient and cleaner, etc. I believe they can live alongside. It's all about choice. What my issue is, why is he overtaking? What my issue is that we're having the choice taken away from us, and motor manufacturers and motor dealers are being punished for speed camera. But motor dealers and motor manufacturers are being punished if they don't sell a certain amount of electric cars, and they don't want to sell electric cars. Stop pushing something onto us that we don't want. We're having the choice taken away from us, and that's what my issue is, because I know that these electric cars do not suit everybody, and it's going to be an absolute, it will never work. So just leave us alone. Just leave us alone and let us do what we want to do, because how do you know what's right and what's wrong? You got it wrong with diesel, and I believe you've got it wrong with electric cars as well. So if you want to issue a warrant for my arrest, I dare you. Come on, because then that way at least I can say, I can tell you my opinion on electric cars from owning one, from my experience. Right, onwards. Hey, what do you reckon? Right, I've said in an earlier video, in many videos, that all this electric car agenda is just destroying the motor industry totally. I mean, look at Jaguar. What on earth has gone on there? That commercial is either brilliant marketing and it's just a joke, and they're going to go, we were winding you up. Here's a really cool car that we brought out. I mean, it's got to be a joke, hasn't it? And the new concept car for Jaguar, it looks like it's been designed by Sam Smith. It's just terrible. I mean, you wouldn't want to be seen in that, would you? It's good grief. It's awful. It looks like a lady's pink hairdryer, doesn't it? Or it's just, what on earth has got into these people? I think they've given up, motor manufacturers. MG, I just saw an MG back there. An MG years ago, I know it's a Chinese brand now. MG used to be absolutely fantastic, didn't it? You get the MG midget and whatever, it was great. They were great cars. Ford Mustang, it was a fantastic car, a muscle car. Now it's just garbage, isn't it? Well, it's like somebody's just thrown up over the tell you what, let's just don't do me a favour, if any of the motor industry is watching, don't rebrand your electric cars with classic names like the Ford Capri, because it's not a Ford Capri. And don't read just the Ford Mustang, it's not a Ford Mustang. Don't do it. Just stop it. Call it something else. Call it the Ford E1274X or something, because that's more suited towards it, isn't it? I'm smiling because just come past Lancaster service station there, and I think it used to be called Fortin from memory, and I used to go in there with my mum and dad, and at the top you used to be able to go to the top of it, but now you can't. I think it's something to do with fire regulations. There is only one entrance and one exit, or whatever. I think it might be a protected building, that actually. You'll have to let me know in the comments section. But service stations, Watford Gap, Fortin, it used to be an experience years ago, going to a service station. I used to go on trips with my mum, and we'd pull off at the services, and we'd, you know, have dinner, and you'd get the dinner ladies there serving you, and it was fantastic. It was an experience, a trip out and a day out, and all that's just disappeared, hasn't it? Everywhere's the same now. You go there, you know you're going to get a Greggs and a Costa coffee and a Starbucks, and that's it. You're not going to get the cafe with the dinner ladies and stuff. I miss those days. I really miss those days. And I know what the evangelists are going to say. They're going to go, he's a Luddite, he's a Luddite, he's not going with the times. I'm the most technical person with technology ever. I've got 3 iPhones, I've got 2 MacBook Pros, I've got several cameras, I've got drones, I've got several TVs and monitors. I love technology, iPads, everything, but I just don't think electric cars are you can call me a Luddite. It's not. I'm not a Luddite. I bought an electric car because I thought, a lot of people ask me this, why have you got one? I bought one because I love technology, and I thought, oh, I'll give it a go. So I gave it a go, and now I know it's not for me. On long journeys, it's not for me. Yet round town, superb. And that's why I'm trying to get my message out. So join me on the crusade against taking away our choice. Join me on the crusade. Hit the subscribe button, and it will push this video out and hopefully educate others on what electric car ownership is really like. Right, my friends, I have got Jeff Buys Cars on the phone here. I've told our friends out there, Jeff, how much it cost me to charge yesterday to put less than 200 miles in my car at InstaVolt. Oh, that's bright. How much do you think it cost?
£40.
Nearly £70.
What? You are kidding me. He's going to drive a classic Range Rover than that. I'm in the car with Ian from Cherish Vehicle Insurance, who says it's cheaper to drive a classic Range Rover than a planet-saving EV.
Nearly 70 quid. Nearly £70 to put less than 200 miles in. It's nuts.
Why was that one? why was that one so expensive?
I don't know. I just don't understand it. I mean, I thought, oh, I need to charge, so I left it charging. By the way, I haven't told the viewers this. I was in Booths, which is a supermarket up in the Lake District, right? And I think it took 40 minutes or something, or roughly, I can't remember exactly, but I was waiting around for ages, so I had to go into Booths. I bought some, to be fair, it gave me a chance to buy some cornflakes, some crunchy nut cornflakes, and a takeaway Chinese microwave meal. So it did give me a chance to do that and have a latte as well.
Lee, as a man that likes very expensive EVs, I have one question for you.
Yes, go ahead.
You're going to buy a Jag?
Am I going to buy a Jag? No, I've just been saying to the viewers, I think that the latest Jaguar, their concept car, looks like it's been designed by Sam Smith.
Yeah, it's the Sam Smith special, isn't it? Yeah.
It's definitely...
Yeah, I was on telly with Jeremy Kyle last night, and I described it as a Love Honey Black Friday special. You know, you said that's fine.
I'm sure I've seen you on Jeremy Kyle before.
Yeah, that's your DNA test, but it came back 5W30. What is Volvo's leak, I would imagine.
It's nuts. I mean, I'm shocked at the price of it. So there we go. I mean,
to be honest, we're on a road trip today in a very cheap, very dodgy Volvo that's got lots of warning lights. I've got an oil light and I've got an engine light, but I've put 40 quid's worth of petrol in it, and even this ropey car that is virtually scrap is telling me I'm going to get 225 miles on 40 quid in a broken car.
Well, it's absolutely nuts because, right, at the moment, I have got 147 miles of range, right? Now, watch this. I'm going to turn off my heater. Are you ready? 147 miles of range. I've now got 162 miles of range.
Wow. Nice. All right, hang on, I'll do the same. So, as I say, we're driving a £600 Volvo with many warning lights. Ian, I'm going to put your heater seat on. I'll put my heater seat on. I'm just going to turn up the heat. Yeah, still 225 miles of range.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? It's nuts. Anyway, stay there, Jeff. Can you say onward? Can you say onwards, my friends? Are you there? I think I've lost him. Onwards, my friends. Now then, my friends, we have JB on the line. JB, how are you doing?
I'm all right, mate. How are you?
I'm good. Now, you're driving a lorry at the moment. Is it a big lorry or a little lorry?
It's a wheelbarrow.
It's a
People know what that means. Don't know what that means if they know about lorries. It's class 2 rigid today.
Quick question for you, because I'll probably get cut off shortly. Electric lorries, will they work? I know there are some, but long distance, will they work?
I can't see how it's cost effective because of the weights and what you've got to carry. The batteries are going to be too heavy. The charging facilities are not there for them. The time it takes to charge, the time you get from A to B, if you've got ice cream on, it's melting.
And if you are carrying, what's the payload of your lorry at the moment? How much you carrying?
On this one, it's 26 ton.
Right.
So empty weighs probably 10 10.3 ton empty. Then obviously 26 payload. Maths, I was crap at maths. Is about 15 ton it can carry. Stick me in it, that drops it down to 14. So you put batteries on that. So your batteries are 2.5, 3 ton weight. Your payload will be too small to warrant the outlay to buy it. So it's not cost effective.
And with the weight when it's fully loaded, it's not going to get the distance. So how many miles are you travelling today?
Well, I mean, I fill this full of fuel, and it'll go. I mean, I average about 400 kilometres, 500 kilometres a day. Say, you're not going to get that with a truck pulling that amount of weight, because you look at your car when it's loaded up.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, and where are you going to charge it? How many truck chargers have you seen in motorway servicing? You're going to fight for a Tesla one? I don't think so.
You've got the time to take for it to. You imagine trying to charge a lorry as well with batteries that size.
Yeah. Well, you'll have to have a night out just for it to charge, won't you? So it's like, you know, I mean, I don't see it. I cannot see it myself at all.
So
on long distance.
So lorries, it's just not going to work. So battery technology, electric vehicles in lorries are not going to work. It's the same with vans. Ange's mate has got a Ford Transit, and he gets 70 miles when it's empty on the range.
Take the first that's ridiculous. It's all right for the post office, going road to road and stuff like that, but you're not going anywhere with any anger. You've got to be somewhere. What's the point? I mean, it's ridiculous. It's like they're trying to trap you into one area all the time. It's just it won't work at all.
There you go. You have it from the horse's mouth. Yeah.
Hey.
JB, thank you. Can you say onwards, my friends?
Onwards, my friends.
Well, that was quite interesting, talking to JB there about lorries and battery lorries, etc., using the electric vehicle technology in lorries with weight and payload, etc. Because if you look at this car, for instance, the mileage that I gave you there, if I'd got Sarah, James and Harriet in the car, that's also going to take mileage and range off of the car, because you've got to take weight into account. So where I had, say, 190 odd miles of range, it would have taken that range down by a few miles having passengers in the car. So it doesn't make any sense whatsoever to me. It's absolute madness. Oh my word, I have just figured out, do you know what? The Simpsons predict everything, don't they? They predict the future. They've done it again. Jaguar have come out with their new marketing campaign and it's gay. The Simpsons predicted this a while ago.
Hello, I'm an electric car. I can't go very fast or very far, and if you drive me, people will think you're gay.
One of us.
There you go. If you drive an electric car, then you are gay. The Simpsons predicted it years ago. Jaguar. There we go. That excludes me, of course. You know, I like women. In fact, she's very attractive in that car. Oh, actually, you can't say that these days. That's inappropriate. You know what I mean. Onwards. Right, I'm just pulling in now to Woolly Edge Services so I can get some charge in. So when I get to, I'm going to meet Ange, my friend Ange, and when I get there, I need enough charge, like I said earlier on, to get where we're going. I've got 44 miles left to get to Mansfield. I've got 75 miles of range, but I need some charge in. Let's pull in here, charge up. This is grid serve, but I do believe I can use my Porsche charging card with this. They must have some deal on with it. So 75 miles of range, 34% of battery, 44 miles to go, 11:21. So now the clock's ticking because I've got to get to meet Ange. Right, plug it in. Come on, there we go. Do you know what? I feel for, come on, disabled people. Ow, my arm. These cables are heavy. Get in there. Yeah, I feel for disabled people with electric cars who have them on mobility contracts, etc. Because it's not fair. These cables are very, very heavy. Right, let's get this started off. Where's my card? Right. Presented card. Processing. Processing, removing card. Remove card, it says. I've removed the card. Processing, remove card. Don't think it's doing anything. Hang on. No. Try again. Right, come on. Not doing anything. I presume I'm doing it right. Membership card, because it's a membership card with that. Let's try it there. That's not doing anything. Okay, let's try the other one. I haven't got time for this. Right, come on. I've got to get. Let's unlock that. Pull this out. Come on. Get out. I've unlocked the car. Right. Let's try and plug it. Do we plug it in? Let's try this. Right. I'll try again. No. Not doing it. Let's try a different charger. Right. Come on, let's try this one. It's not doing anything. It does work with the Porsche charging card, and I've tried it before. Right, let's try normal payment. Come on. Beep, it's not doing it with that either. Do I plug it in first? I really haven't got time for this. Come on, let's plug it in first. Right. Get under it. Get off. Let's try again. Processing, remove card. Come on then. I've removed the card. Nothing. Please present your payment method to the I've done that. Authorising payment. Come on. Come on. Do it. Do it now. Do it. Authorising payment. Come on. Come on. Come on. Authorising payment. Authorising payment. Come on. Oh. Right, let me try this. Come on. Right, let's unplug it. We'll try it again. Unplug. Unplug. Right. And let's try and get it in again. And let's try just using my watch first off. Right, that's in. Right, okay, come on. Processing, remove card. Right, I think that's it. It's accepted it this time. Right, I don't know why it's not using my Porsche charging card, because it always uses my Porsche charging card. I've used my Porsche charging card on GridServe before on previous videos. Right, preparing to charge. The only problem is this is not going to tell me how much it's cost me. That's going to be the issue, because on my Porsche charging card it tells me on the app. So 34%, and we're getting, oh, this is going to take ages. 34%. I need to, what are we on here? Right, I need to ring Ange, just tell her I'm going to be a little bit late. We're now on 11:32. Right, I'm only getting about 80 kilowatts, so I'm going to have to ring Ange and just let her know I'm going to be a little bit late. Hopefully she'll be alright.
Hello?
You alright, darling?
Where are you?
I'm at Woolly Edge Services, just charging my car, and then I'm just going to be a little bit late. I'll be as quick as I can.
Oh, you're joking. I've been waiting ages for you. Rushed at work this morning and everything. Blooming that electric car drives me mad.
Well, it drives me mad more. I charged it last night before I came, because I thought,
ridiculous, Lee. How can we get anywhere when you've got to keep messing about with this blooming stupid car?
I won't be long. I'm not going to charge. I'm not going to get fully charged today. But it's charging slowly. But if I just put a little bit in, just enough to get us to our destination. But so I'll message you when I'm getting a little bit closer. All right.
All right. hurry up then. Stop messing about.
Alright darling, will do.
Right, see you in a bit.
Bye. I mean, there's not much I can do, and you know, I charged before I left, but I needed a bit more charge anyway. Quick toilet break and then we'll see what we've got in. It's now 11:36. Right, okay, now then my friends, it is now 11:42, just been to the little boys' room. Quick question for you, not car related, right? When you go to the urinals in the gents, they always have these little A3 posters, advertising campaign, etc. And they advertise the AA breakdown or, you know, car insurance or things like that. Have a look at this one, right? There you go. I'm not sure as they're reaching their target audience in there. I don't know, I could be wrong. Let me know. I just thought that was a bit weird. Anyway, lots of planes in the sky there today, blimey. Right, let's get this unplugged. We're at 56% now. We're not fully charged because most of the time when you're charging you don't get fully charged because you've got to only charge to 80%. Come on. Right, how do I stop this? Stop. It should say on here complete. £15.30. £15.30. Right? £15.30. That's nuts. I mean, we'll see what mileage we've got. Let's get this unplugged. Right. When you have an electric car though, you're very rarely fully charged. Right. Back in the car. Come on. Oh, okay, so what have we got? What are we up to? Let's switch the milk float on. We are at 57%, 126 miles. So work that out, what that has cost me just to charge my car there per mile compared to what it would be in a diesel or a petrol. It's just complete madness, isn't it? But it's cheaper to have an electric car, isn't it? So the government say. Yeah, what a load of old... I can't say it. Onwards. Right, so it's now 11:50, 55% of battery, 39 miles. Let me get out of the blind spot of this lorry. 39 miles to my destination to pick Ange up. So we're going to have enough to get to our destination with Ange, where I'm going, but I also then need some more charge in it later to get back up towards Leeds, which is I'm gonna have to spend it's gonna cost a fortune. It's just gonna cost an absolute fortune. It is not cheaper in the real world to own an electric car unless you've got lots of money to buy one in the first place, and then you're in a fortunate position to own your own house that isn't an apartment or a flat, because you obviously can't have them fitted there, or if you lease one, if you rent a house, because you can't rent a house because a lot of tenants won't let you put chargers in. So you're narrowing it down a little bit, if you've got your own house for now, by the way, because don't forget, and I've said this and I'll reiterate it, I've said it in other videos, but I'm going to repeat it for the people that I haven't heard. You may think it's cheaper to charge at home now. Look at me with my Octopus Energy, or whoever you've got it with, other providers are available. But you've got a smart meter fitted. Eventually, the government's going to go, we want some tax off you for that. Oh, and it's going to show up that it's charging your car, and you're going to get charged and taxed even more, so it won't be cheaper. A little bit like dangling the carrot saying, oh, no road tax for electric cars, oh, no congestion charge for electric cars, no low emission zone for electric cars. All these low emission zones that are making them that, when everybody's got electric cars, what's going to happen then? Pay per mile? Who knows? I do. $50 mile an hour speed limit here because roadworks, they're putting laybys in because the brilliant idea that their government had with smart motorways, they were a fantastic idea, weren't they? Smart motorways, where if you broke down, you didn't have any hard shoulder, and you had to basically stand at the side of the road on a live motorway, hoping that you don't get knocked over. A lot of people did, unfortunately. It didn't end up good for them. I don't want to say the word on here, but they didn't. It ended them. You know, they're now having to go back on their word because it wasn't a great idea, and now put laybys in because people were getting ended, if you know what I mean. So yeah, brilliant. Another great idea by the government there. Let's do smart motorways. Actually, no, let's not. Let's take them out. We'll put them in. Do you know what would have been a really good idea? Is to leave the hard shoulder in all the way along, because they're putting these laybys in now, and if you break down in between, you're still stuffed. Just put the hard shoulder back. And by the way, I don't know whether you've noticed on that footage, there's nobody working on them. There's literally cones, 50 mile an hour speed limit, speed cameras, nobody working on them, and then you'll get the occasional sign that makes me laugh. You may not be able to see us, but we're still working. What are you, the invisible man? You know, they're there working, but we can't see you. Come on, pull the other one. Sign back there. We're also working night shifts. Also working night shifts. You're not working day shifts because you're not here. Why work nights? You're probably on double time. Ah, that's why. You're on double time working nights, but you're not working the day. Just put them on in the day and you don't need to work nights. Or work both. Also, I mean, good grief. What's this world coming to? You know I'm right. You can say I'm moaning, but you agree. They're not there. Right, almost back. Another 7 miles to go, 42% of battery, 93 miles of range, and then I've got to worry about charging again to get back to Leeds. There is a charger at my ex-wife's house, but that's not going to charge me in time because I need a faster charger because I need to get back up to Leeds after, so that's not going to work. You've seen here real world of how difficult it is to mess around charging at the service station, and also the drawbacks and the downfalls of electric cars when it's cold, with you losing range, etc. So these are real world examples of owning an electric car, and that's what I'm trying to show to you. However, if the government get their way, I won't be able to tell you any of this, because any negative information allegedly will be stopped against electric cars. You can't say anything against the agenda. So there we go. So do please join me on this crusade to show real world examples of electric car ownership. I'm not saying don't get an electric car. I'm saying this is what it's like to own an electric car. If you do long journeys and you do more than potting around town, then an electric car, in my opinion, isn't for you. And that's why, in my opinion, I have to keep saying that, I don't think they'll ever work. So please stop with this ridiculous 2030 agenda of not having any more petrol cars or diesel cars, being able to sell them. It's crazy. It's madness. Why are we letting the governments do this to motor manufacturers and motor dealers? I own one. This is what it's like. Watch Kia, watch and the other leaders, watch my videos, watch what it's really like to own an electric car. And if you want to put a warrant out for my arrest, I'm flying off to New York soon to look at buying a property there. Well, when I return, come and get me. I dare you, come and arrest me. And then at least I can say, look, this is what I think. It's not working, doesn't work. But they won't listen. They never listen until it's too late. Well, they don't listen at all. They just, anyway, onwards. Let's go and pick Ange up. And I don't think she's going to be in a very good mood, because it's added a lot of time onto my journey. Here's a question for you. Nothing to do with electric cars. When you was a kid, I'm just looking at, I read about this. I'm sure that the skies were bluer when I was a kid, in summer and stuff, and in like winter as well, when it was cold. They just seemed really, really vivid bright blue. But I read online, it says that's because in your mind thinks in brighter colours, apparently. So it never was, it's never changed, allegedly. It's just your mind, that the way you think about things, and you see like Kodak photographs of, you know, the old 35mm Kodak photographs, and you remember those, and it was, I'm sure it, but apparently it wasn't. It's just your mind. Wow, that's bright. By the way, think about this as well. I've had quite a few sets of tyres on this car in the 3 years that I've had it. Tyres are more expensive because I was told by the tyre fitter, and I did a video on it, and he showed you as well the difference between electric car tyres and normal car tyres. Slightly harder compound because the cars are heavier, they've got more torque, so you end up having to have more tyres on an electric car because it's got more torque and they're heavier, so it uses the tyres quicker. Not me that's saying that. It was the tyre fitter in Mansfield when I did a video on it. So take that into account as well. The cost of your tyres, the cost of you charging out and about on public chargers, the initial cost of the car, of what it costs you because they cost more than a petrol car, and also how much they actually lose, the depreciation on them. So you're not saving anything. It's costing you more. You're better off going getting a second-hand blooming diesel or something, and it'll cost you less. It's crackers, isn't it? It's just nuts. So if you do agree with me, almost there now, if you do agree with me, then as I said before, please show your support in this crusade against having choice taken away from us and petrol cars taken away from us. Do me a favour, share the video, give it a thumbs up, make a comment in the comment section. Making a comment helps. Just put in the comment section, EVs suck, okay? Just put that in the comment section. That's all you need to put. And also hit the subscribe button. That will push this video out far and wide across the globe to get my real term ownership of electric cars across, to show the people what it's really like in a real world ownership. So there we go. So hit the subscribe button. It is vitally important to push this video out. We'll don't go anywhere yet. We'll see whether Ange is in a bad mood with me for getting there late. Should have set off. I think you're fine. You should have set off earlier. Who initially, let me know this in the comments, I've never looked this up, what complete cockwomble was the original person that sat there and thought, I know, let's cancel petrol cars and diesel cars, let's cancel the production of them from 2030, and well, what should we have? I know, we'll have a battery car, battery operated cars. Who was the complete cockwomble that actually thought of that? Somebody, who was the one? There must have been one person to think that. Oh, it's a brilliant idea, battery operated cars. I had them when I was a kid, worked on a small scale, let's do it on a larger scale. Who was that one person who said that and came up with the ridiculous idea of battery operated cars? Let me know in the comments section. Oh, better late than never.
What time is it, Mr. McMaster?
Look, listen, you know the electric cars. This is Ange, by the way. If you've not met Ange, the blonde angel, because I have different viewers on the electric car videos to the food videos.
You do.
Right, she's a very good friend of mine, and in fact, you used to look after my mum, didn't you?
I did. We've been here a long time.
Been here a long time. Now, you've been in my electric car before. Which way are we going, by the way?
I think this
We can get this one.
here. Yeah,
Right.
try this one.
Don't use all my range up, you know, because I don't want to be charging up
I
again.
get lost here because I'm not sure where we are
I
around
don't
here.
know where we're going now. Anyway, you know about electric cars. There's another downside. We're talking about the downside of them. You actually feel sick, don't you?
Since the day you've had this, the motion of it makes me feel car sick, and I'm never ever car sick.
It's the same with Sarah. My
Yeah,
girlfriend Sarah, she struggles with it. She gets sick. And I have no idea now where we're going.
We're on a mystery tour.
So I'm just going to wind the video up here. You've got a mate though as well, haven't you? Who?
Hang on. That might take
Yeah,
us down.
you've got a mate who's got an electric van.
I have.
Ford Transit, I believe.
I think it is.
70 miles range, empty.
Yes.
When it's empty. 70 miles range when it's empty. It's absolute madness. I was just saying, somebody said in the comment section of one of my videos, because I'm pretty outspoken about electric cars. I'm not saying don't buy one. I think for people who are pootling around town, it's ideal. But
I think for people that have got busy lives, travelling, and I don't know, from one end of the country to other, or as you know, you're doing a lot of journeys, they're no good.
no,
I can't be done with sitting an hour charging, and then you get to that charging point and it doesn't work and you have to go somewhere else. We haven't got time in our busy lives these days.
no.
You're all right if you're retired and plenty of money and sit at home and only go and do your supermarket shopping and get your pension.
Then that's fine.
That's fine. But for us, they're not. No good.
It's
Ridiculous.
absolute madness. So there we go. But apparently somebody said in the comment section, I don't know where we are, by the way.
No,
I'm
I
going to
don't
go
know,
right.
lost.
Somebody said in the you're wasting me battery. Somebody said in the comment section, by the way,
Bullshit.
back out on the main road again. Somebody said in the
comment section, there's a warrant out for my arrest for being outspoken on electric cars. So I said, that's fine. Message to Keir Starmer, our Prime Minister, come and get me, I dare you. Anyway, on the don't come and get me in an electric car though, because you might run out of range. You might run out of charge. Yeah. Anyway, so there we go. Don't forget, join the crusade to show the real reality of electric car ownership. Hit the subscribe button, push the video out, make a comment in the comment section down below, give it a thumbs up and share it far and wide across social media. So there we go. Are you feeling all right? Not feeling a bit sick yet?
It's the motion. I can't do fairground rides when they're like that, and this is what it makes me feel like. It's the motion of
it's the motion and the torque of the car, and no noise, just the whir of a washing machine, like a white good appliance. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. See you later. Do you know what? Can you get out? Because you've put my range down.
Oh God! Oh, I'm not pushing.
You're not pushing?
No, I shall leave you.
It's a good job you lost weight.
Yeah, I know.
She lost 2 stone. You lost 2 stone, didn't you?
Over 2 stone now.
Over 2 stone. I've got more range since you lost weight.
Cheeky rat.
See you the next one. Sorry, I shouldn't be saying stuff like that. You're a victim.
Yes.